Hello everyone from my somewhat chilly studio in northwest France. My first video. I'm going to do a pre-painting sketch of the lovely Diana Ross. This is just a sketch to enable you to then paint her, and this is probably the scariest bit, is drawing. We're not going to use pencils. We're just going to go straight in with a paintbrush. I feel this just makes the composition and the finished painting a little more dynamic, and saves a lot of time as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to use a watery sienna paint. I'm using acrylics, just a watery sienna, and we're just going to sort of crack on, get it painted, and hopefully do a quite quickly and have a reasonable rendition of Diana. Okay, so let's go. Let's get straight into it. So we kind of want a hair. She's got a lot of hair there, a lot of big hair, sort of 60s bouffant type of thing. So take it around, just get her hair into place, because you don't want to go off the paper or the canvas, whatever you're painting on. I'm doing this on paper. Normally I paint on canvas, but I'm using paper just in case it goes horribly wrong and I've wasted a canvas. So here we go. The hair sort of sorted out there, and maybe we can have a chin hopefully around about there somewhere, so we're kind of nicely positioned in the paper. So I think I'll just kind of try and position her eyes round about now. So if we just sort of make some markers there, imaginary markers with our brush. Maybe I can just get her eyes in the level of her eyes there. She's a slight slant. So all I'm doing is just sort of putting in an eye position. Don't worry about the paint and its marks, because you'll be painting over those. So we just get that into there. The great thing about using paint is that if you use a pencil, it's not going to smudge in the paint afterwards. And it feels quite good to actually do something with paint, rather than sort of pencil and kind of going, it all goes kind of wrong. So just get a sort of a top part of her eye there, and get a nose placed. Her nose is going to be something about there. Always note this position between the bottom and corner of the eye down to the nostril is always quite short. A lot of us do long noses, but our noses are actually quite short. So I'm just going to get that sort of a rough nostril position, something like that, just a position. Let's check the eyes there. Stand back, get that little curve in there. This is just to help you with positions and relative positions. So get that there. So that's her nose just there. Okay, and then if we just start to get her mouth, the top lip of her mouth in, so lovely sort of curvy top lip there. So the paint's quite watery. I don't want it too thick. I don't want it thick at all, really. Something like that. So that's roughly her mouth, I think. And then we'll get in the bottom of her bottom lip. I'll just kind of get that in there. And then we'll try and get her chin position properly. This looks something like that, I think. So let's put some rough position of eyeballs in. I sort of see how I'm just kind of not drawing an eyeball, just sketching a dark area, really. Just putting a sort of a darker area in there. Let's get a nostril there, but a bit more definition there. Definition of her mouth. And I tend to skip about a little bit. I think it's good if you skip about with your eyes and plot things, because you're always plotting and standing back. I'm standing a little away from the canvas, the paper, and I'm continually sort of plotting where things should go. So that's why I sort of dart about. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it generally kind of works for me. So we've got let's get a sort of a bit in there like that. I'm really hoping I don't make her look ugly, because she is, well, she isn't ugly, she's the exact opposite, and glorious looking woman. I want to try and capture that subtle beauty, I would say, subtle beauty. Would that be about right? So I want to check the distance between the bottom of her nose, top of her mouth, so just reinforce that. Get that there like so, and then I've got to figure out the dimensions of her chin. This angle here is kind of, put the brush up to there, and I can get that sort of angle goes like that, I think. And let's check out now, just to get the, here we go, look at this. See, we've got to look at the corner of the mouth to see how it lines up with where the chin changes angle. So I've got a sort of a distance like that, and at the same time I can see that her nose comes down to about something like that. That's not too far off. And then I want to see how far her eye comes away from the side of her face. So that looks about there. Can I make the two meet up? I'll take that. Now I've got to make sure this is, I take that across there. Is this where the angle changes? Is that correct? It's just below her mouth, so it wants to be something like that. Okay, and then let's check out this side. See, just starting back to her eye there, just seeing, just making sure I've got things round about there. And let's get this, alright, so go across from her mouth here. Now we've got this kind of angle change below a line mouth, so line mouth is her mouth line, sorry, her mouth line, not a line mouth, mouth line is kind of there. Let's take a sort of rough line, so it wants to be there. Is that strong, that chin strong enough? So we want to start coming up there. Now this side of her face is this kind of different distance from her eye, so this nice cheekbone, try and get some of that in, just to help us at this point. Pop that down there. And that comes sharply up there. I think that's just her hairline. Not a very big forehead. Like myself, I'm a complete slaphead. So let's see, that comes over there like that. And we've got a slight dipping down there. The hair is coming in like so, across there. Okay, so we've possibly got something of a face there. I think the start of a face. Maybe just to help us, we'll get in her neckline here. There we go, and I'll just create these eyelids and eyebrows just to help us out. That comes across there like so. Nostrils there like so. Bum bum bum. That come up like that. Sounds like I'm rambling, and indeed I am, but it's just, this is kind of how I talk to myself when I'm painting, and I'm hoping it's helping you. Probably isn't, but I'm hoping it is. Nostrils, make sure the nostrils are okay. That bit there, just a little bit of shade into there, and then her eyebrow is kind of something like, it comes to about 3/4 of along her eye where it changes angles. That looks about like that, like so. Is that eye too big? I don't know, is it too big? Maybe we'll just bring that over there a little bit. And her eyebrow there, changes angle there. The hairline, I'll just try and make that a little stronger. Now then, a little check of relationships here. Thumb, middle of the eye, top of the forehead, same as that distance. So that might be not high enough. That looks good. Let me just double check that. Right there. So thumb halfway up the eye. Corner of the forehead is the same as halfway through the eye to the middle of the mouth. So that distance there should be that distance there. So that's where her forehead should start to meet her hair. Center is about there, so it just slightly angles down. Okay, so we've got a double hairline going on at the moment, so we'll sort that out in a minute. Comes down like that. Oh, I don't know. I hope you're seeing down at the moment, but I'm pretty sure we're seeing a person, a lady. Comes across like that. Just a little shadow under the lip. See, I haven't actually formed the lip, the bottom lip as such. I just put the shadow under there, and then I'll just try and get the shape of the mouth, because we don't. If you sort of put lips in like that, it kind of looks a little strange, so, and doesn't really work, which is a good reason not to do that. And let's just get her shoulder. Her shoulder is across there, and we've got her collarbone, I guess. There, collarbone. That comes down there. Yeah, I didn't do any sciencey skeletal stuff at school, but I'm pretty sure that's a collarbone sort of thing going on there. And then we've got a strap of her dress. I'm just putting these bits in to help us formulate Diana, give an overall picture of her. And then this kind of large earring. I think that's an earring there. Yes, looks like an earring. And then we're coming. Get this, the strap of the dress is kind of. It's not too far apart. It's good to just run your brush across and up and down certain areas just to get an idea of distances. Very important. So always check out negative spaces. They're very important. Look at the negative spaces. They'll help you just as much as the positive spaces. Say negative spaces, we mean sort of gaps. It's a posh way of saying, a gap, a hole. So let's just get her hair in, or the sort of rough outline of, again, not heavy lines. Don't heavy lines. You just want light sketchy lines, because you want this as a guide. Hair comes out to there. Like so. A lot of hair. Dun, dun, dun. Comes up like that. Well, luckily I've taped this down so it doesn't fly off all over the place. So I just paint over the tape there. So I think that's probably about. Again, let's do a check on the height of her hair, because it is big. So I've got my thumb on top of her forehead and the end of the paintbrush on the top of her hair. So take the end of the paintbrush down to the top of her forehead, and my thumb comes down to her mouth. So we want that distance should be the same as that. So hair needs to be a lot higher. It needs to be right up here, and off paper. So yeah, need to sort of guard for that a little bit better. Should have judged that a little better, but we'll just go over her. But not to worry. maybe next time just bring her face slightly lower down. But for these purposes, I think it's working okay. So that's that. So let's just start to refine her face a little bit for the eventual painting phase. Got that there. So then we need to check how much white there is in the eyeball, or the eye at least. That helps define the eyes. And never do a sort of a, yeah, I'll show you. Never do an eye like that, just a round eyeball, because it looks demonic. Okay, we have half eyeballs, or the coloured part, the cornea, or whatever, in the eyes, unless you're staring wildly like a rabbit in the headlights or something, terrified. So that comes across there. Yeah, I'm just hoping that my ramblings make sense to you. Comes across there like that, like so. And then I'm going to go get a slightly bigger brush, like that, and I'm going to just start to sort of just mark out some darker areas, like this. Just pre-shading, I think they probably call it pre-shading. On the bottom of the chin there, cheekbones, like so. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, and then the side of the nose, like that. Get this bit here. This side of the nose, very important. And just check that chin out. There's a dark area at the bottom of the chin there. Got to be careful with that. We don't want to. It is quite a dark area. We don't want to sort of give her a sort of like a rash or something at the bottom of the chin. That wouldn't be too good, I don't think. Get that shape in there. Quite angular shapes. With the lighting, the studio lighting, that helps with that. And we've got some shadow along there. Slight shadow there. That comes out there like so. Bum, bum, bum. This bit's in shadow. The shoulder. The light, I guess, is kind of coming from the front and from this side, I think, just kind of coming in slightly from our right. Okay. Now I think we're getting somewhere near enough that we can actually start to paint her, or you can start to paint her if you're doing this. Just get some more. This will just help guide you. And we might just add a little bit of white paint to help ourselves. So I can make this is quite strong, this shadow here, so I'll just use slightly thicker paint. And of course, I've got her hair, which is very dark. Maybe, just put that in, that might help. I probably wouldn't bother doing this on the if I was actually painting it myself, but I think just for these purposes, it might help. Let's see. Just get down to there. Remember, this is just a sketch. It's a pre-painting sketch, so it doesn't have to be a Van Gogh straight off. A lot of the mistakes or the things that are out of place we can put right in the actual painting stage, as long as you stand back a lot and look at the work that you've done. Put that around there. Just dodge around the picture. Here comes to there. She's got some earrings down there. Okay. Some more shadow along there. And darker shadow there. Got that shoulder that comes there, and there'll be some shoulder blade definition there later on. Take that around like that. Just form a little bit of a shape there, a bit of shape in there, like that, and a little A little bit of shape around her forehead. The lights, the studio lights are bouncing off of that. Comes around there. It's, more darkness there, more darkness in her hair. This is all going to come right around there. Just go under the photo. It's going to come right across there like that. She's got a lot of hair. Yeah, so if you're ever doing a bouffant hair thing, make sure you've got plenty of canvas. Or you leave plenty of space at least. So the hair comes out around there. That bit there. Get that darkened in like that. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, comes down like that. Slightly bit of darkness on the back there. This sienna will also help you, underpainting will help you with the her skin colour. Which you can use this within the flesh tones in certain areas. It comes like that. Comes down there. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, I shouldn't sing. I'm forgetting that there's hopefully people watching this. Okay, into there. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let's have a little white paint now. So I've got some white acrylic. Just keep it wet as well, just to bring up some shiny areas, like the just help with the nose down there, and top of the cheeks there. Just put some shiny spots in here. Just got shine over the eye there. That. There we go, putting some shiny bits there. Bottom lip, of course, is quite shiny. I've lost a bit of that bottom lip shadow. I'll put that in. Just a bit of white into her eyes. Just some base there, a little bit of base paint, something like that. And let's just get her lips a little bit more sorted. It's not quite Dinah's mouth, but that will come later. I think we've got her in the right sort of position. I think. Let's just help there. A little bit of white paint help there. A bit of white on that, and let's get that lip shadow put back in there. And there, like that. Okay, so that's you basically ready to get some paint on there. Just help with the shadow there. And then you'll emphasize the eye makeup. Very dull, doe-eyed sort of eyes there. There, that, there. Get rid of some of that. There we are. That should do that. This is me showing you my first video showing you how to showing you a way to paint quickly a pre-painting sketch. So at this point now, you can just crack on with getting Diana fully rounded out and as beautiful as you can possibly get her. And with that, I'll bid you from northern France a very good day, goodbye, and I'm going to see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.